Today, we're going to do the U.S. Senate prediction for the month of July. Not a lot of changes since last month, but Dems are looking to flip 4 seats to take outright control. A lot can change. Still got a bunch of primaries coming up. Who knows what the environment is going to look like in 4 months, but right now it looks like it's going to favor the Dems. At least a little bit, could be a lot. So I'm going to start by filling in the obvious safe states. And while I do that, let me just say that I try not to get hung up on one or two polls this far out. Sometimes they mean something, sometimes things easily change. Some of these safe states are also borderline. Kansas could potentially get under 10, so could South Carolina. But I'm also not going to get hung up on a lot of potential scenarios that haven't materialized yet. So let's go down to the likely states. These should be between a 5 and a 10% margin or are semi-competitive. For the Dems, I've got two states. First is Minnesota. It's an open seat, and if it's Peggy Flanagan or even if it's Angie Craig, Dems pretty likely to hold on here. Then we've got New Hampshire. I think Chris Pappas, again, fairly likely to win this race. It could dip down under 5, that's possible, but for now I think it's going to be right at about 5 to 6. Then the likely states for the Republicans. First, it's Montana. Then we've got Nebraska. Here's one where I'd like to see a lot more independent polling. Way too many from the Osborne campaign. Either way, I think it'd still be at least mid-single digits for now, and it's going to be likely. Last one we've got is Florida. It's an open seat in the special election. I think Ashley Moody pretty likely to hold on here by at least 5%. Now do the competitive states. Lean or under 5%, tilt are 1% or less. We'll start in the West. First is Alaska. This one has some crazy dynamics with ranked choice voting, with a top 4 primary, with 2 Dan Sullivans on the ballot. I do think Dems could flip this. It's not out of the question. For now, I'm not there yet. I've seen different polling. I get it, but I'm going to keep this at leans for Sullivan. It's not going to be by a lot, but we'll say at least 1 or 2 points. Next, it's Texas. Here, I think Ken Paxton also would win by at least 1 or 2 points. It's not impossible he loses, but I think it's more likely than not that Paxton, even though he's controversial, he's going to hold this seat. Next, we've got Iowa. Here, I took this from likely just down into leans. I think Ashley Hinson, a fairly decent candidate, even in a blue wave environment. Right now, I think it's about 4.5 to 5 points for Hinson. I know Dems really want to flip it, but for right now, I think it's going to be a little bit too much. Next, in Michigan, it's an open seat. This should be a great race if it's actually Abdul El Sayed for the Dems against Mike Rogers. The conventional wisdom is El Sayed would be weaker than someone like Haley Stevens. I don't know if I buy that. It is just one poll. He could still win, even if I think it would be harder for him. But for right now, this is going to stay at leans for the Dems. South, it's Ohio. Here, I think John Husted is still going to be favored over Sherrod Brown. Not by a lot. Brown could pull it out, but I still think the state is just too red. Husted's going to get it with a lean rating in that special election. In the northeast corner in Maine, this one, super competitive. A lot of things to talk about here as well, but I think the race might have finally leveled off from when Plantner had these big leads a few months ago. For a while, I had it going to Collins. Last time, I made it go toward Plantner just by a tilt. That's where I'm going to hold it for right now. I want to see what happens. He's going to get it with a tilt rating. That's going to be a flip and a pickup for the Dems, and the easier flip and pickup is going to be in North Carolina. Roy Cooper would take down Michael Whatley. He's going to get it with a lean rating. Finally, in Georgia, John Ossoff going to hold that seat over Mike Collins. He's going to get it with a lean rating. So that's it. It's 51 seats for the Republicans, 49 for the Dems. The easiest pickup for them is in North Carolina. Then I think it's going to be Maine, but it is close in Alaska and Ohio. We're also watching Iowa and Texas. I think Nebraska and Florida are going to be a little bit too far, but Republicans hoping to have a pickup at a place like Michigan. Georgia, I think, is going to be a little bit out of reach, but we'll see what happens. This is the prediction for July, so let me know in the comments, what do you think about your July Senate prediction? Do you agree with this map? Do you disagree? Let me know down below on your way out. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Join if you'd like to support the channel. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.